Have you ever been in a state where you're down, you're depressed, maybe you're sad, and some well-meaning friend or family member gives you the really sage advice and says, you really just need to think more positive. You need to be more positive. This is not good advice. For a certain number of people, it might work for them, right? Hey, that might be enough to shake them out of it. But if somebody's been in that state for a while, if they've been struggling with depression and anxiety, sadness or grief, thinking more positive is not going to help. And I want to explain to you why, because it's really important. Now, at its best, let's say that person takes your advice and they take that advice and they start thinking positive, right? I'm just going to think positive. All before that, though, there's this whole other conversation that's going on in their head and the issues that cause that in the first place. And those things never get solved, so that positive thinking just kind of layers up over all the old stuff, all the old anxieties and worries and all the things that cause that depressive state to begin with. So it acts as a band-aid, which never really allows a person to get to the root of it, and those things wind up coming out sooner or later at some point in life. There will be a reckoning at a certain point. That stuff will emerge. That's at its best, right, as you kind of cover it up for a while. Now, at its worst, what happens is this. Person receives that advice. You just need to think more positive. And this, as you can imagine, is not new advice. They've probably heard this advice many, many times before. You're not the first person who's told this person, be more positive. But the person who receives that advice, they're depressed, they're sad, they have grief, they have whatever it is that they've got going on inside of them that's leading to this depressive state. And hey, by the way, 1 in 6 people will go through a significant period of depression in their lives. So this is happening all the time. When they receive that advice, it's not like they're not trying. They know something is wrong, right? And if you're in that state, you know that something's going on. So it's not for lack of trying. So what you wind up feeling like is, man, there must be something wrong with me. What's wrong with me that I can't do that? And then sooner or later, they get sick of hearing that advice, and what you wind up with is this mask that smiles and says everything's fine when everything is not fine. And that's a place where people really get stuck and feel isolated and alone and like nobody understands them. I mean, I remember feeling like that myself when I was teaching yoga, of all things, and trying to make it as on my own and start my own business and having a lot of money problems and relationship problems and all these things. Yet I'm the guy who's supposed to be like teaching yoga and talking about spiritual stuff, and inside of me, this is what's going on, and I wound up wearing that mask. It's fine, and everything was fine until it wasn't fine, and then it really came crashing down. Now for me, it took me years to really dig out of that, to put all the pieces back together. And one of the most significant things that I came across was a healing technique that allows us to work with all the layers and everything that's going on in a person in a really simple and elegant way, to get those things and to repattern, get those negative and destructive patterns out, to see the light of day, to get fully resolved, and to get out of the system altogether, to make rapid transformation and shift in those areas, whether it is anxiety and depression, grief, sadness, anger or frustration, or a conglomeration of all of those things. There's hope, there's light. If that's something that you want to talk about, I would love to share that with you. And all you have to do is click below, and there's a link, and you can click on the link, fill out the form, and we'll have a conversation about it. Simple as that. So I hope that's helpful for you. I hope that's helpful to understand what's going on. If you've got somebody like this in your life that's going through these things, maybe show them this video, give them a resource to reach out to. If you don't know what to say yourself, if you're giving that advice to people, maybe just try listening instead. And I think that'll probably be a lot more productive. And I hope this is helpful for you. And if you're in that pain yourself, I've been there. Please reach out, get some help. I'm right here for you. All right? Have a great day.